writing fiction or nonfiction, we're doing a lot of research, we're probably interviewing a lot of people, we're spending a lot of time with our subject material. Translation, we are experts by the time our books come out, and you can use that to your advantage to get a lot of media coverage, to become a person that's on the call list for whether you're local or regional media when you're doing when they're doing stories and other subjects, so you can hook yourself into current events, and then every time they quote you, they mention your book. So that's one way to really work your way into the media, because you are experts, or we all are experts on what we're writing about, or hopefully we are by the time we're done. Secondly, back to traditional, I guess, for a second, and this is a really good way to use the internet and traditional means of promotion together. I used to live in Kentucky, and I used to help Barnes & Noble in Evansville, Indiana, find authors to do events. And then it became my turn, and they filled up an entire shelf at the front of their store with all of my books. So I had an entire bookshelf to myself. And that was thrilling, and it was pretty cool and everything else for my reading. But instead of just being satisfied with that, I pulled out my Digi and I shot photos of it. And I sent those photos around to a bunch of other community relations managers for other Barnes & Nobles around the country, and as well as other bookstores, and I ended up with a bunch of readings. And then I went online and put them on my website and a few other places, and I got some more readings. Simply by going to a local bookstore, asking them if they wanted me to do a reading. And most local bookstores will say yes, because unless you're Barnes & Noble, it's getting harder and harder for bookstores to be able to bring in bigger authors. And they love having authors in their stores. And so you just take the initiative and have the guts to go and ask them, and then use the internet to make it a viral thing. But also don't be afraid to send out to other bookstore owners. If you show, for instance, when I did the thing at Barnes & Noble, I sent it to the CRM of Barnes & Noble in Tampa, Florida, and they saw a Barnes & Noble bookshelf full of my books. That was an easy one to get, and that's how it works.